Hello everyone, my name is Shanae Jones and this is KNKY, which stands for Know the New Kinky You. And this is the end of a series where we have been talking about gender identity, sexual orientation, and pretty much some of the historical foundations of sexual behavioral research that has happened to try to get us in a place to kind of understand who we are as sexual individuals. So we talked about the KNKY scale, we talked about the Klein scale, and I'm going to insert myself into a person that wants to be able to influence the future of our sexual understanding. That's the whole point of this, right? So working as a certified sex coach, I, in a way, deal with people on an individual scale where I'm addressing their individual issues, concerns, questions, whether that means having, one-on-one sessions, usually online, or having DM quick conversations to answer quick questions. But what I'm not really able to do is what I feel that my mission in life is, my calling. Now, I named the business Know the New Kinky You because kinky is something that most of us are, even if you don't personally identify yourself as kinky. Kinky is anything that is supposed to be opposite of vanilla. And vanilla is that plain Jane in the bedroom, missionary style, or one particular style that you like. I'll give you that. Lights on type of sex, or perhaps lights off. That is that structured rigidness about sex where people forget and fail to explore options and opportunities and things that will enlighten their sexual selves. So here's my proposal to you. I would like to develop a KNKY scale, kinky scale, and that kinky scale will require me to develop a series of questions that will help me to identify how kinky people really are. Because I think that my assumptions, unscientific, unsupported assumptions, are that people are way more kinky than they think they are. That kinky is a bubble where people think that they're the only ones that do this, and that they're the only ones that get excited by this. But my personal experience through research and conversation is that, the invention of the internet has destroyed that mask. There are people all across the world that find that there are other people who are interested in what you're interested in, the fetishes, the kinks. BDSM used to be something that was, oh my God, BDSM. No, but now they got movies about it. And 50 Shades of Grey wasn't even the first movie about it. I saw a movie called The Secretary that came about right well before 50 Shades of Grey. It was actually, 50 Shades of Grey was based on this movie. There are things that we know about. The fact that there, in my head just now, it popped out The Color Purple. I was like, The Color Purple showed where there was a time where grown men were allowed to marry adolescent children, and yet we look at adult men who are pedophiles as crazy. The way we exist and why we exist and the function of our sexuality, although sometimes, and I will preface this by saying my reference to The Color Purple doesn't have anything to do with a belief in pedophilia. What it means is that I understand and recognize that certain behaviors exist in this world. I do not necessarily agree with them. I will put it out there that my line is very far as what I believe people should be allowed to do. Consent, again, is something that is a requirement. Children and animals cannot consent, so therefore they are not allowed. Point blank, period. Other than that, consenting adults can do what the hell you want. So, if you like piss play or poop play or blood play, or you want to swing, or you want to cuckold, or you want to participate in any number of things that some people know what it is, other people don't. You have people who like to dress up in latex. You have people who decide that they want to freeze poop and use it as a dildo. You have people who have multiple dildos. You have people who want to have anal play. You know, anal sex is still sometimes taboo to certain people. It's like there are the variety of things that exist in this world, and how acceptable it is for a person is something that I'm very interested in. And I think that it's one of those conversations where if we start to talk about it, if we start to gather information, if we start to collect data, then we can start to help to normalize things that are normal. The reason why certain things feel so taboo is because we feel so isolated in what it means to enjoy, participate, like these things, because you think, oh, what is somebody going to think if I have sex with a robot or a live sex doll, whatever. How kinky is it? Is it so far off the beaten path that we should be running for the hills and say, oh my God, this shit should be criminalized? Perhaps not. Or is it something that was like, oh, really? You watch porn on, you just heard that Twitter had porn? You just heard that there's a Hustler or X2 or Pornhub. You know, depending on where you are, some of these things may be very common to you. Other of these things will be like, what'd she say? You can watch Twitter? Twitter has porn? You never know. So, I am going to be reaching out to you periodically to request your assistance. Now, again, this research study has not commenced because I want it to be good. I want it to be scientific, and I want it to be valuable to the community. So what I'm going to ask, this is a call to action, to ask that you visit the website www.doyouknky.com. There is feel free to visit and look around, but there is a contact page. And if you visit the contact page with the subject KNKY scale or survey or something like that, I'll know that your email address is one that I can reach out to for the purposes of trying to get you to subscribe to the survey that I'll send out. And again, don't expect it tomorrow. Don't expect it, next week. I again want this to be a very good and valuable thing. So what I'm asking you to do as you watch this video, as it's posted for longer periods of time, I'm trying to create a basis for people to be able to help to illuminate and be honest and help shed a light on what's kinky to them, so that we can have a broader, larger, more constructive conversation. So, I am KNKY, or actually I'm Shanae Jones, and this is KNKY, and this is the end of our 3-part series. I will see you again next week as we talk about more sexy stuff, and across all social media, I know I have to say this, across all social media is DOYOU KNKY. Please feel free. Also, please feel free also, excuse me, to, not feel free, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I would appreciate it very much. My screen just went black, so that's what the hesitation was for. So thank you again, and I will see you all very soon.